Hello, Canada, and welcome to the 2016 Travelers Curling Club Championships here in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia. I am Justin Nilsson, and beside me I got Tyler Jager. How are you today, Tyler?
Very good, Justin. We're in for a very good match here today. We're watching the men play PEI versus Quebec. This is a game that has playoff implications. Both teams looking for a win that would give them an opportunity to go to the playoffs tomorrow.
So yes, a really good one we're in for, Tyler.
And I go mute. I do. You do.
So yes, as always, Tyler, we the two teams in every game do a draw the button to determine hammer, and it looks like PEI won that one, and Quebec's going to be starting off our first end.
So both these teams enter the game at 2-3, looking to go to a 3-3 record. This is the last game of the round robin. Both teams will have played 5 games already. They'll have had a good opportunity to look at the ice, and we will start the game off here with Quebec lead Taylor Lamb being asked to throw a center guard.
Now, the ice all week, Tyler, has been just tremendous. Talking to a few players this week, they said they've loved it. And, you know, Kelowna, we've been spoiling them a little bit with great curl, but probably looking for about 5.5, 6 feet of curl here, Tyler.
Yeah, it's been curling hard all week here. Very good to the wings and to the center. Speed has remained fairly constant, around 14.5 seconds between the hog lines.
Yep. PEI lead here, Dougie McGregor. Yep.
Being asked for a hit on the Quebec stone in the top 8 foot.
Yep. Looks like it's really curling.
Quebec is throwing the yellow stones. PEI with the red.
We just wanted to start off with intimidation.
Pardon me? Oh, your weight was fine. I curled a lot.
There is another game that is being televised as well. You can also check out ladies action on our other channel. It is Saskatchewan versus Northern Ontario.
This one coming in nice. The whole game we'll be looking at these players' releases and trying to get enough rotation on the rocks. We're seeing so much curl out here this week that the amount of rotation the rock has really affects that curl.
So we are playing the 4 rock free guard zone, so that stone from Quebec stopped just short of the house, exactly where they wanted it, which means that PEI cannot hit that stone until the next one. They can go after the rock in the house, and that is what they Skip Dennis Watt has called for.
Is this one in?
Not in.
No, it's not in.
No, and then after a little bit of discussion there, they'll go back to the draw.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about Team PEI here, Justin?
Well, Tyler, we before the event, we got every team to throw together a little profile sheet, a little Q&A and stuff, and we got a lot of dirt on each team, Tyler, and we'll be going over that in about second and third end. That one a little speedy.
So PEI going to continue to try and Quebec going to try and put the pressure on here, draw another stone into the house.
I haven't shied away from the hit for you yet.
This is Quebec second, Scott McClintock. Rushers really on this one, trying to drag it as far as they can towards the house.
Looking like a good one if they can just get her a little further. It's a great sweep by the team there.
So Quebec sits 2 in the top 8 foot.
Looking for appeal here from second Andrew McDougall, sorry.
Looking for a big weight hit here to try and run that guard back into the stones on the house.
This one again curling hard.
This is a spot that we've seen that has moved. He will make contact with the rock in the house, but leave the shooter there. They will roll the shooter onto the rings as well. So not a bad shot from PEI.
Yes.
It's actually not a bad result at all. We might see that red biting the top 12 on the side come into play.
Would you ever consider hitting that stone right now?
Well, first 10, Tyler. I think Quebec strategy right now is just to go hard into the attack, so I don't mind either or. If you're feeling confident with your draw weight, I like throwing this low guard.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with the Travelers Curling Club Championships, this is the 8th annual event. It's meant for men's and women's teams who have won their respective local club championships. They will then compete in a regional and provincial event with a chance to represent their country or their province at this national event. And it is meant for curlers who curl together in a regular sanctioned league. A little bit different than what we see on the World Curling Tour.
I would prefer if you didn't call me.
Yes, quite different, and that's what really makes this event quite unique.
Looking for a double takeout here.
Might get away with it here, hanging one on the other side.
That spot of the ice has curled a little bit more than PEI was expecting.
Yeah, they're getting fooled a couple times here.
This is PEI's second time on this sheet.
Yes. They're stuck with me again announcing for them, Tyler. I don't know how they feel about that. Quebec trying to hit on the wings here. Really wants to save the shooter, hey?
So what you're seeing here is some of the directional sweeping that became popular last year on the World Curling Tour. All of these teams are required to use the new brushes that have been sanctioned by the Curling Federation and the World Curling Tour. But you still do see that single sweeper. The theory there is that the sweeper closest to the rock can push the stone in the direction that they're looking for. So not only can you make the rock stay straight, you can also make the rock curl.
Yes, and to that point, Tyler, as you'll see around the whole arena, from every team, they got the same kind of fabric for their brushing. It's all the same yellow fabric, and yeah.
So very good hit there from Team PEI to turn this end around here. They now sit 2 over on the wings.
Giving Quebec a chance at a double.
Very close here. Oh, and just drives it by, leaves the shooter protecting the PEI stone.
Calls to split the rings here, Tyler?
I believe so. This in the first end can be a little bit of a tricky spot. You probably haven't thrown a practice stone in this direction. So the sweepers will have to be really cautious here to make sure they have this rock stop in the rings. Doug McGregor and Andrew McDougall, a little bit of brush here now at the end. Trying to scrub this rock into the rings.
Like you said earlier, probably not many, if any, rocks thrown down here in practice, so maybe a little slower coming to an end there.
I think so. They thought it was lots of weight in the beginning, but they did get the rocks, the rock there.
It wasn't anything that was
So
caused to be that far over.
Quebec going for a double here?
it's a very long double. Even if they can hit and roll and group the stones together, they'd have an opportunity to get out of the end. PEI with hammer. Sitting 2. This is the first skip stone for the skip of the Saskatchewan.
Quebec.
Oh, sorry, from Quebec. A lot of curling sheets here at the Curling Club.
Yes,
looking around. Scott Hill, skip of Team Quebec from the Ormstown Curling Club.
Yeah, and Team Quebec, I was talking with them
Hard, Scotty!
just before
Yep!
the game, and
Yep,
they wanted
hurry!
to shout out to
Hurry!
the local curling club.
So it looked like Quebec got caught in that same spot where PEI was struggling earlier in the end, where it really curls on that out-turn hit. So first skip stone here. First time we're going to see Dennis
Yeah, looks like he was
Watt.
holding it, but yeah.
He's
yeah,
going
like I said,
to
it
throw the
just
same split the house
Right
shot
back over there.
to sit 2. He'll probably try and get this a little bit deeper in the house.
Yeah, Tyler, right away in the first end, it's always good to kind of get the nerves out and get that draw weight right away, as it's all important in the later ends.
T-line, guys. Think about the same spot, probably, eh?
This one has really nice
A
line.
little wider, too.
Trying to scrub this as deep as they can to try and take away the double. And a very good shot there.
Thanks, Dad.
Broderson coming in just to lay a couple extra licks there. Good shot.
So what is the option here for Quebec? Is there a double opportunity there for him?
Well, Tyler, kind of like last attempt here, it's definitely tougher. It's a little flatter. That means you got to hit more of the rock,
You're
and like you
just
said,
there on the last one.
on the last shot, it's quite a ways. So probably still just looking for even a nose hit is good, and forcing PI to make a nose hit back.
It looks like they're going to throw a lot of weight at this one. They don't have much ice.
Yeah, maybe they're going for it. You definitely want
End to make them earn their deuce. So Scott Hill, skip of Team Quebec with last stone here in the first end.
Yep, Scotty! Whoa! Sean! Sean! Go, go, go. Oh, no, on its own, on its own.
And the rock will slip behind the
Good
other
try.
red stone.
Yep.
that was a good
Sweet,
attempt
guys.
from Skip Scott Hill there.
So I like this call. PEI taking the same turn, throwing the same shot with their second skip stone here. They know the spot on the ice. They should know the weight. You do see some teams try and draw to the center of the sheet where there's a little bit more rings, but I do like this call.
Yes, I agree, Tyler. Like you said, I mean, this is the third stone in the exact same path for Team PEI. Should have a really good read.
Dennis Watt drawing for 2, trying to put 2 points on the board in the first end here for PEI. The sweepers are really on this one.
All 3 of them out now. Looks like it should be fine.
And a very nice shot there from Team
Red,
PEI. 2 red. PEI will take a 2-0 lead after the first end.
Yeah, that's a great start. Just a quick look at our sponsors
You're just trying
here.
to get me going here.
Then I think we're going to take a look at some playoff action.
Yeah, we'll
Or
have a look at some at the men's
standings.
the men's standings here when we come back.
Take a picture inside or outside?
There's 14 men's teams, 14 ladies teams. They are the men's teams and ladies teams are split up into 2 pools of 7. They'll play a round robin in that 7, and the top 3 teams from each pool will make the playoffs. So we are in men's Pool A action. You can see PEI and Quebec both sitting with similar 2-3 records. Atop the standings there is Quebec at 5-0, Manitoba at
Saskatchewan at 5-0.
oh, sorry, yes. Saskatchewan at 5-0, Manitoba 5-1. They are sitting out this game. They have finished their round robin play. Both those teams are guaranteed a playoff spot. The way the standings sit here, if Alberta wins, they will take the 3rd playoff spot. If Alberta loses, they will play a tiebreaker against the winner of PEI or Quebec.
Yeah, so our feature sheet
so.
really gunning for this last win here.
In men's Pool B, Ontario is sitting atop the standings at 5-0, and then we have 2 teams at 3-2, Nova Scotia and British Columbia. Both of those teams, if they win their games, will be in, and they are followed by a group of 3 teams: Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Newfoundland, all at 2-3. All those teams still have a shot at a tiebreaker. In ladies action, Pool A, the playoff teams have already been set. Ontario, Alberta, and Nova Scotia will all make the playoffs. And in Pool B, there is still a lot to be determined in Pool B. There's 3 teams with 3 wins: Manitoba, Newfoundland, and Saskatchewan. And still in it, Quebec, Northwest Territories, and Northern Ontario. And so we'll update you on the status of these games and playoff implications here at the 4th end break.
Yeah, and just a little update on our second end of action here. Lead Dougie McGregor slipped a little deep and went through the house on his first stone, and Quebec went up and threw a corner guard. So we're looking for some more action here in the second end.
Great to see a corn broom out there from McGregor.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, Tyler. Wouldn't mind having a tournament with just corn brooms again. What do you think about that?
I think you'd probably enjoy that for the first 2 stones of the game and then want to go back to more traditional methods.
Dougie McGregor, again, a little deep there. Might have to slow down that guy.
Seems to be keening up here.
So something that the teams will have to watch here, and I'm sure they've all picked up on it by now, is that legend has it that it is slightly faster coming home towards the glass in the Kelowna Curling Club.
That looks hot.
It
too,
will gain in speed as the game goes on. And it was a little complicated for teams at the beginning of the week, but they have most teams have picked up on that now. So Quebec throwing the yellow stones with hammer.
Dennis Watts here, sweeping that hard to get it right back.
I guess I got this one. Oh, he's down to the other end. Dougie's still down to the other end.
And again, if you've been following our live streaming broadcasts, you've probably heard all of us talk about the time clocks in the back there, Tyler, that all the teams out here are being timed. It's probably something also new for the players that they don't usually get timed. And it's on thinking time. So every team has 30 minutes per game. And the time is determined by how long it takes for you to call a shot, so how long the skip is taking time, and as well as the time it takes for you to throw that stone until you release it, Tyler.
Yeah, so something that most of these curlers, you're certainly not going to deal with this on your weekly basis at your curling club. Most teams will have one curler on the team that kind of watches the clock, makes sure that everything is running smoothly. And you can see the operators operating the clock there. We'd like to thank all the many volunteers, over 100 volunteers here at the Kelowna Curling Club, helping to put this event together. Every successful curling club relies on a large pool of volunteers, and Kelowna is no different.
Oh, the volunteers have just been tremendous. Working tirelessly, making these players feel welcome and special. Just a really, really good job. And yes, again, we'd like to thank all of them. So Quebec got a couple corner guards here to work with.
PEI calling for this stone to come in around those corner guards.
Do you like this call, Tyler?
Well, with 2 corner guards, it's more difficult to peel them. You could throw to the open side, but watching Quebec play this week, I believe that they would ignore a stone in the house and go around the corner guard and stay aggressive.
Yep.
So yes, I do like this call.
Yep. How's weight?
Gotta go.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
So a very good curling stone here coming into the house.
Oh, you had to go.
You can see the curl right out to the edge of the 12-foot there. The rock will continue to curl. It did slip slightly behind the tee line, which does give an opportunity for Quebec to come down and sit on that stone, make it very difficult for PEI to remove.
Yes, and kind of as a general rule, you never want to slip behind that tee line.
Light.
That's one of Tyler's rules of curling.
It's not terrible.
It's a little hot here.
This one will also slip behind the tee line. It will sit set for a second stone. Still a usable stone. And a quick game update in the playoff implications of this pool. Alberta scored 2 in the first end against undefeated Saskatchewan. Both of these teams, PEI and Quebec, hoping for an Alberta loss to bring them back and set up a tiebreaker tomorrow.
That's pretty good. Hey, stay with it. Close, yep.
Yes, always at a national event. It seems like that Thursday afternoon is where you get a lot of head turning and looking around.
So this stone is going to slide a little bit deep as well. Looks like PEI is still sitting 2, but still lots of opportunity for Quebec to set up an end here. If you're looking for scores of any of the other games, you can go to curling.ca/scoreboard.
Yes, and on that note, Tyler, there's tons of ways you can connect with the Travelers Championship here. You can go on Facebook and all kinds of social media. And one of the social media contests that all the teams have been taking part in this week, you go there and use hashtag TCCC2016. And I know especially the Prince Edward Island team wants you to go check them out. They did a version of the Real Men of Curling calendar.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Just wait.
They didn't ask you or I, though, hey?
We just didn't catch
No,
that
I
early
was
enough.
unavailable.
I'm hoping to appear in the Christmas edition.
So PEI throwing the red stones, looking to remove this Quebec stone. This is a spot in the ice that really curls.
Yep, real hard.
Sweeping hard to
Real
get
hard,
this
guys,
by
real
the
hard,
guard.
keep going.
They will get by and remove.
Also bumping their stone a little bit further back.
Same way, we'll just
Yeah.
tighten up the ice. We should be golden.
It looks like PEI still sits 2, but those 2 corner guards are still in play.
No, just soft release. So you just real soft at your hands.
How soft?
Not the waist.
We'll see Quebec third, Sean Blair with the in-turn draw.
Great, a hair touch. Go Taylor, go Taylor.
As you alluded to earlier, Tyler, all the teams sent in profiles, and we had a little Q&A with each teams. And one of the questions we asked Quebec: what song best represents your team? Sorry about that. And what did they reply with? Well, they said, "New Orleans is Sinking" by the Tragically Hip.
Oh, very good.
Maybe a little higher than mine. A little higher than mine.
That in-turn from Sean Blair just over-curled a little bit. His weight was pretty good. There's now 3 corner guards up there. I believe that PEI is just sitting 1.
No deeper.
Quebec with hammer does have the whole 4 foot available to them.
That's that eagle eye of yours looking at that second shot, hey, Tyler?
Seriously, we talk a piece around there is perfect.
Prince Edward Island still staying on the aggressive here on the offense, trying to tuck one in, have a good spot here, forcing Quebec.
All you guys. Well, if you can.
That was good.
Andrew
Where are
McDougall
we?
and Doug McGregor on the sweep here, trying to
here?
drag this rock.
Line's real good now.
They want to take this past the corner guards into the house.
Gotta bite the 8. Bite the 8.
Yep.
I believe it stopped just short. Quebec does sit second stone.
It kind of is blocking the draw path now, Tyler. What do you like here?
Well, there is so much curl here at the Kelowna Curling Club that I think you
I
can
guess
get a
if you
piece
try
of
that,
the
it could
stone
open it up.
behind that red in the top 12. Let's see what they're thinking here.
Use the red one.
Now, is there a hole between the 2 corner guards there, Tyler, and you think you could sneak one in?
I don't think so. I did have a junior coach that told me you could throw the wobbler through a hole that small, but I've never seen it happen.
Roll the rock down sideways.
I think we've got a good option here from the Quebec team. They're going to try and draw around that red stone in the top 12 foot. Even if they can just get a quarter of the rock buried, it's going to be very difficult to remove. And even though that rock is in the house, it can be used as a guard. There's a tremendous amount of curl here at the Kelowna Curling Club. Very good speed. Justin, I know you curl here a couple nights a week. It must be a pleasure to curl at a club with such fantastic ice all the time.
Yes, Tyler. On that note, we'd like to throw out little thanks, or big thanks, I should say, not little, very big thanks to all the ice crew and staff committed to making these sheets really good, even better for this event, Tyler.
Quebec trying to drag this stone in, make it curl a little bit to try and get a piece buried.
Yeah, it's got a lot of room here, so a little bit further back to get a little piece of that buried, maybe. Weight was pretty good, just maybe a little too much ice.
Yeah, it's not the turn they took for the draw to the button, and so maybe they didn't use that turn as much in practice.
It's normal, guys. Yep.
So last skip stone here for Dennis Watt, Team PEI out of the Charlottetown Curling Complex. He'll be looking to remove that Quebec stone in the back four. He could potentially sit 4 after the stone, but I think he'll be real happy if he can sit 2 and make Quebec draw against 2 points.
Yes, and that's what you always want to do when the other team has hammers, just to force a 1. The old rule, if you take 2 with hammer and force of 1 when you don't, somehow works out.
You're not going to lose many games if you play that way. So, same shot here for Team Quebec. Just needs to get a good chunk of the 8-foot for their single point here in the second end.
Taken very close to the same ice, I believe. So you should know this path, just through it. Big point, though, here in the second end.
Yeah, you don't want to go down 3 early. Quebec throwing the yellow stones.
Need help?
Sweepers on it early.
It's going to take some work here.
Gotta be 8-foot. Gotta be.
Big scrub here from Team
Okay,
Quebec.
okay.
I think a little bit of panic there, but
Okay, whoa. We're there.
they're almost going to sweep this through, but that will stop in time.
Oh.
Yeah.
PEI maybe a little bit friendly there, not to sweep that stone through, but Quebec will take 1 in the second end. After 2, PEI leads Quebec 2-1.
Yes, sir.
So yes, we're back into third end action of play here at the 2016 Travelers Club Curling Championships in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia. Now, a little bit biased because, we reside here, Tyler, but I think the players have been treated to some outstanding Okanagan weather this week. So
Yeah, it is a little colder today, but it has been beautiful weather here. I know a lot of these teams flew out of their respective provinces in the snow and arrived in the sunshine last weekend.
it's funny, I was talking with a few people, and I'm sure the rest of the country's not going to like this, but some golf courses still open.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the teams were able to partake, but I'm sure many of them would have.
Nice center guard there by Quebec.
So through Travelers' commitment to curling, it allows the brand to be in every curling club across Canada. These curling clubs are located in communities where Travelers offers their home, auto, and business insurance products through independent brokers. And Travelers Canada is a leading provider of property casualty insurance for auto, home, and business. So it looks like we're going to see a few rocks in play this end here as well, with 2 center guards being thrown up by the teams.
I don't know if Doug's ever going to get one of those rocks.
Should be hot.
Quebec lead Taylor Lamb being asked to draw into the rings. Sweepers think it's a little bit heavy, but this rock will really curl at the end. And
Yes.
as it curls, the speed will come off slightly.
Yes, and that's something that we'd like to keep an eye on the whole game with these two teams. Is notice on some of the other games, the sweepers tend to back right off. But like you said, with the big swing and curl here in Kelowna, the rocks will come to a halt sooner.
It's a little bit easier to back off the rock at the end of the week after you've already played 5 games.
Yeah.
These curlers
right.
work very hard during the game.
Yep. Yep.
Quebec
Yep.
sits shot stone in the back 12.
Knew that
Yeah.
pretty well right off. I knew I saw it right
Yeah.
on my hand, but at
Where's
least it
Wade?
stuck around.
Doug McGregor trying to go around his own stone that he put there with his first. This rock and sit for second shot stone back there.
Yeah, just going back to that point you made about being a long week and maybe backing off a few stones voluntarily instead of wanting to even. But curling has really transformed throughout the years, Tyler. You know, especially in this event, you played 2 8-end games, so you know you're with the pre-game practice before and all the stuff you have to do on the ice.
Nice.
That takes up your whole day pretty much, and all the other stuff trying to tour and rest and think about other games. It's quite a grind.
And these curlers, they are competitive. They are very good curlers, but they are club curlers, and they have enjoyed the Kelowna Curling Club while they've been here. Curling is a very unique sport in that you shake hands before the game, you shake hands after the game, and in most cases you have a drink with the other team and sit with them afterwards and talk about the many misses that you had during that curling game.
No.
At least that's how the conversation goes on my team.
Yeah, all too familiar with my team too, Tyler.
So very good setup here for Quebec, sitting 2 behind
Still a
guards.
good spot, though.
So some more Q&A here for the fans at home. Trying to little entertaining tidbits here, but we asked Team PEI, who does your team want to represent Canada at the 2018 Olympics? We asked them for the women's team. They came up with quite the creative team here. We got Ann Merklinger, Marilyn Bodo, Heather Houston, and Kelowna's own Julie Sutton.
Wow, that would be a great team. Almost as good as that shot there by Team PEI, the hack weight double to sit 2. That shot really turned this end around.
Shot! Hard shot! Hard shot! Hard shot! Whoa!
This rock back in that spot that really curled in the first end here as well. This is not going to be the result they were looking for.
Oh, a bit unlucky tapping that top PEI stone into the rings. Did that make it for third shot, Tyler?
I don't believe so. I believe third shot is the stone on the center line, back 12. PEI asking to draw to the open side. Might be able to tuck a corner behind the guard. Those stones in the back 12 are in their favor right now. They provide a little bit of protection for their stones.
And this call going to the wings is indicative of Prince Edward Island having the hammer. They, as much as they want, to try to keep that center path as clear as possible, even though they're controlling that right now.
Yep, right back.
Andrew McDougall with the out-turn draw to the back 8, back 12. That's a very good stone. Really wants this to hang around for third.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Very good spot. Quebec with some decisions here. What do you like here, Justin?
Yeah, not a lot good though. I think, yeah, just like Quebec skip signal here. Try and hit this front one. Maybe on a little bit of an angle, roll to the left here. And if you can, try to kill that back red too, but you don't really want to jam it here either.
Sean Blair trying to remove a couple PEI stones.
It's going to jam.
They will jam the stone in the back 12, leaving a PEI sitting 4.
Probably not how Quebec drew that up, but still not in huge trouble as all those rocks are in the back, providing a bit of a wall. So if you can ever get one in front of them, you're looking all right.
What do you want to do?
You want back here?
Back over there?
Okay.
So a couple options here for PEI. They can go back to the wings, or they could try and go around those 2 guards in the top 12.
All right.
They've elected to go around the guards in the 12.
Yeah, I like this call, Tyler. Kind of beat him to it, hey?
I do too. I think Quebec is going there if they don't, so get there first.
Let's wait.
Sweeper's thinking it's a little hot here again.
Eric Bodderson, maybe a little more weight than he was hoping for.
Andrew McDougall maybe signaling a plan B or something. Line's really good
Line
here.
is really good, but
Slowing down.
anything behind the T line here is just helping Quebec.
Yes. Yeah, sets up almost a perfect freeze opportunity for Quebec.
That rock behind the T line is where 5 enders go to die.
What's the tolerance on this shot here, Tyler? Would you like to be a little lighter or bouncing off it, being a little heavy better?
Normally you'd say being lighter is better, but even if you bounce off this, there's so many rocks in the back 12 that there's a lot of protection for this stone. Taylor being asked to really sweep this stone. It has lost its handle as it comes into the house.
It's coming back, though.
Came back a little bit. That's a usable stone. You do have to make sure you're putting a lot of rotation here at the Kelowna Curling Club.
Is that what it was, Tyler, or did that pick up something?
Well, I thought there was a little bit less rotation
I'll let him know.
than he wanted when he let that stone go. So this is, we're going to have a team conference here from PEI. The Kelowna Curling Club being a 12-sheeter, there's a lot of noise out there. It's very difficult to yell down the sheet to your teammates.
Yes, and again, talking with the teams this week, unanimously they've all said that the single hardest thing out here this week is the noise level, and you might see some creative hand signals or things that they've had to adapt and just really signal the sweepers what they want, if they want them to sweep or not sweep.
Hard to imagine what this curling club would have been like with corn brooms.
Oh, I wouldn't even know.
So did you see the end call here for PEI? Are they going to try and go around that yellow stone in the top 12 foot?
I believe so, Tyler.
Okay. Again, they're going to want to try and be in front of the T line. They can be in the top 4 foot, the top 8 foot, the top 12 foot, but anything but the back 4 foot.
Whoa!
Sweepers should stay close to this one.
It will really start to curl here now, but I think they're indicating it is in that back 4 foot area.
A little hot again.
So the curler's getting fooled a little bit here by the ice and with the weight. Quebec Scott Hill going to try and bail his team out here. PEI right now sitting, I believe, 6. But it only matters how many points there is at the end of the end, not at the end of third stones.
Yes, that's a great point.
So big pressure shot here. If he doesn't make this one here, he might not have much left on his next one.
Would you ever think about tapping your center line top 12 one back, Tyler?
I think you need to leave that for your last one. The draw will curl in here and make them run that stone back. So first skip stone here for Scott Hill.
Gotta be T-line, guys.
Rock being swept by Sean Blair and Scott McClintock.
Yep. Yep.
Line's looking
Yep.
pretty good here if
Yep.
they can get it by.
Hard, both of you, Yep. Yep.
Weight's looking
Yep,
really
hurry.
close.
All the way, guys, all the way, guys, all the way. Yep, right up, right up, right up, right up.
And they
Yep,
will
yep,
drag
yep.
that in
Oh,
to get a
beauty
piece of the
shot.
button.
Great sweeping, guys.
That
Great
is a
sweep.
beauty shot. I know it's sometimes tough for us
Beauty.
to understand Team Quebec
what
with
we
their
needed.
French, but I believe they said beauty shot there.
We.
Quebec, very fun team here at the Kelowna Curling Club.
Yes, again, doing a little pre-game interview with the boys from Quebec. I was asking them if they had a little dirt on each other or if they wanted to say anything, and, well, can't really say that on air, Tyler.
They have had their fun here, and they're doing some winning, and they just made a fantastic curling shot.
What a great shot.
PEI forced to run that
What's that?
Quebec stone back.
A lot of danger here now, too, with all those stones in the back.
In turn, Peel Waite.
Dennis Watts
Dennis Watt.
needs to curl here, though. Got to cross that center. It's close. Oh,
Very close, but does drive the stone by, leaving Quebec shot stone. Lots of PEI stones around it. It is surrounded
I
by
was gonna say it's either
6
guard or do that.
red PEI
But-
stones.
it is a lonely yellow there
If
right
we
now.
come up here, he doesn't really have that much, does he? But the only
What do you like here, Tyler?
Well, the throwing the guard seems like the logical choice. You can stop them from being able to take the stone
don't
out,
think
but
that's
it does
bringing it
leave
close,
some
though, for him to
run-back
make a hit?
opportunities. Sometimes second shot
but
is the
this is
best
the only one he'll
guard.
be able to
Yeah.
use for a run back. And
I'm saying he's using a run back on ours if we play a guard.
oh, with the one we just throw.
Yeah, I don't mind a little tap too, an angle tap and roll. Do you like that at all?
Uh,
You leave the open draw, but
Even tapping it right on the nose and freezing it to those backstones is pretty good. I think Quebec would be very happy to leave PEI a draw after the way this end is gone.
yes.
Yeah.
So it looks like they've decided to tap the stone. They're looking to hit the stone a little bit high and push it back towards those 3 reds in the back 12 foot.
Quebec wanted to do a shout out to their sponsor, Leahy Orchards, and the Chateauguay Valley region, where they are from, 1 hour southwest of Montreal.
So Scott Hill had great draw weight and line on his first one. He's going to look for much of the same here in the second. A little bit dangerous coming into the house, but probably his best opportunity to maybe even steal a point here in a third end that had not set up well for them until he came to throw his first.
I think all the way, Sean. Ooh, shit. I tapped that one up there. Yep. Yep, all the way, Sean. Yep.
Rock coming into the house here. They're definitely going to tap their own stone.
Definitely want to move that back too, I think.
That's a very good shot.
That is a great shot.
It will leave the button open for PEI. But I don't think there's much of an opportunity to score more than one here for PEI. So mission accomplished there from Scott Hill
Yeah, that's a great shot.
from the Ormstown Curling Club.
If you had to, Tyler, and score more than one, could you come down on the center line with the intern and just wick off that top 4 foot one on the right and try the skinny double?
On purpose?
Yeah, like if you had to, yeah.
You could. It
I
is
think it's
definitely
there.
there. If you needed, if you were down 5 in playing the 8th end, it's definitely there.
Put the leg roller in my my pants.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Looking for a nose hit
Ready,
here.
Scott?
Looks like it's over curling.
And that stone will roll out, and we see a steal of one from Quebec. What
Wow.
a turn of events there in the end of the third end.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And so Quebec steals one, ties the game up at 2 after the third end.
Whatever that rock is that you can't see.
Yeah, was that your 6? 6, yeah.
Thinking about it anymore. Just get a different rock.
Yeah. It was.
Because we can't hold it. That's what we both.
No, whatever. Thanks.
I asked how much you guys would give me if you got an 8 into the Travelers, but you didn't really give me the right answer.
Well, we definitely got lucky on that one.
Wow, Tyler, that's just a testament to how, Team Quebec staying really calm, cool, and collected that entire end. Even with all those Prince Edward Island rocks adding up and accumulating, Quebec just kept plugging at her, and Scott Hill made a great shot.
Saw a lot of my
And it's definitely got to be a moral victory for Team Quebec.
Yeah, sometimes the skip needs to bail the team out there, which Scott definitely did. That's why they make the big bucks on the team. And we see Taylor Lamb being asked for center guard. Taylor Lamb also holds the broom for Scott Hill during his stones. And a good center guard here. So Quebec staying on the offensive.
With such big curl and the speed this week, it's guard's a tough shot out there. So Team Prince Edward Island looking to get some momentum back in this game. It's tied up with Hammer in the fourth end. They still have control here. They can't get down. They got to stay on top of things and throw them like they can.
Yeah, it can certainly be a little bit deflating, but teams don't get to this level of competition without being able to bounce back after a couple misses there.
And that's a great draw. Top 4 from Dougie McGregor. Dougie would like to shout out to wife Faye. He says she's a very tolerant woman, Tyler.
So many curling wives are. So another unique aspect of the Travelers Curling Club Championships is that the teams competing in Kelowna are also participating in a fundraising challenge to benefit youth curling across Canada through the Canadian Curling Foundation.
Hurry!
The team that raises the most money will earn a cash grant of $6,000 for improvement to its home club. Additionally, there will be draws of $1,000 in prizes for home improvements. And there is a silent auction up here at the Kelowna Curling Club filled with many fantastic items that the teams have brought. Many of these items very unique to the region. I know my name's up there a few times on some items, but there are some very fantastic items that these teams bring back with them every year.
Yeah, I'm just waiting till the very last hour of the auction and just snub you on all of them, Tyler.
Sir.
Mine's good.
Price is right.
Mine's real good.
Interesting fact about lead Dougie McGregor here. Sister Trisha played lead for the silver medal winning Aaron Carmody rank at the 2011 Scotties.
As well.
Kind of a neat connection there.
So that's another thing that you quite often see in curling is that there's a lot of curling families, and curling families can be successful. These curlers spend a lot of weekends away from home, playing in spiels, practicing.
Yeah, and you see a lot of teams out here this week, Tyler, that you got brothers, mother, daughter, father, son.
Yeah, you actually, there's a team here that has a mother and 2 daughters on it.
That's just great to see.
So PEI, the PEI men looking to repeat from the PEI women last year who won this event when it was hosted at the Ottawa Hunt Club.
All right.
The only winner of the Travelers Curling Club Championship from PEI.
Little mistake here there from Team Quebec, maybe.
weight was good.
So here we have a corner guard with 2 stones behind it. Quebec sitting 1. Prince Edward Island sitting 1.
Second, Andrew McDougall. Also would like to shout out to his 2 rambunctious children, Anderson and Alexander,
Wait.
living in Summerside.
Close.
So I think they're calling a small tap here on their own stone. PEI with hammer looking to score 2 as they did in the first end.
Again, this looks like it's got some speed to it.
And a very good shot.
Yeah, very good result.
So in the Saskatchewan-Alberta men's game, that means a lot to both of these teams. That game is in the 4th end and is tied 2-2, Alberta with hammer.
Quebec looking to come down here and tap. Trying to get both those Red Rocks behind the tee line, Tyler. Kind of build a wall as they successfully did last end.
Whoa.
Some of
Here we
this
come. Here we come.
new directional sweeping here to make the rock curl.
Ooh.
Oh,
I think he's okay.
Great shot, Scotty.
I believe he's safe
Give it a little-
in the 12-foot.
Skip Scott Hill there just took a little slip and fall.
Still managed to get the rock out of the rings.
Unbelievably uncanny how that happens. We see quite a few falls on this surface as it is ice and slippery, and very few rocks go touched. They're hit.
Curlers need to be skilled at falling. So PEI looking to go around that corner guard again. Be a very nice shot if they could sit in the top 8-foot second stone or shot stone in front of their own red.
Okay.
They really need this rock to start curling. Doug McGregor indicating there's a little bit too much weight on it.
Yeah, good little mark in the ice.
Scott Hill
there.
looks okay.
That's a lot of weight coming down.
So can Quebec get to that stone out there?
Oh, which one, Tyler? This.
So it looks like they're
yellow
trying to
red?
hit their own stone.
Well, yes, yeah. They can just tap it back and remove that red rock. Looks wide open. I think he knows the ice here. Would like to save both the stones, though. That's going to be the tricky part here, to save the shooter and the one he's tapping back, running back here.
Big sweep here. And Quebec does lie too.
That's a pretty good result, Tyler. Giving PEI an opportunity to hit and roll behind cover.
Now, would you ever consider just drawing behind the corner guard, or do you like the hit?
I like the hit in this case, Tyler. Really good opportunity to nice little simple hit and roll here. You miss that draw again, and you could be in some trouble. If you hit and roll out, you're giving Quebec a chance, but you still got an opportunity.
Important to stick around here, but PEI will roll
Yes,
out.
sir.
Quebec looking to stay on the offense. They'd like to bring this stone in around the corner guard, leaving it in front of the tee line.
Looks not bad, eh?
Where is it? Line's
All
great.
T line, all T line.
Third, Sean Blair with that very famous, seems like a Manitoba tuck slide there, Tyler. Wonder if he's from there. Line is tremendous on this rock. Lamb trying to sweep it. Curls a little more, get more covered. That's a great shot.
Very
Shot.
good stone, sitting in the top 4.
It's a beauty.
Almost fully buried.
PEI is going to have to deal with that stone. They're chasing now.
Be golden. That one might even get us a steal.
Third, Eric Bodderson. Trying to follow that stone down. This rock is curling early.
Yep.
I think it's going to hit the guard.
Yep. Yep.
Still pretty tight.
Yep. Deep cover, yep.
Big sweep to try and get this one
McDougal
by.
McGregor. Oh,
It will just rub the guard. It will come into the house, sit shot stone.
Way was really good if they get that by.
Just wait.
Might have overcurled actually too, hey?
Yeah, it may have sat behind the guard, but Quebec still would have been shot stone here.
Now where do you want to end up with your shooter after you hit this red stone?
Well,
You're gonna
it
play
depends
normal?
if there's enough room for Quebec to hit this stone and
Yeah, exactly.
slide behind their own. That's a great shot. But you don't want to set up a little bit of a pocket for PEI.
Yeah, I personally like a little bit of roll away. Roll to the left as we look at it on screen here.
For what? I don't think because ours is in the way.
Looks like Scott Hill also believes that his own stone is in the way for rolling behind. He's looking to roll away. An out-turn hit here. His first stone in the fourth end.
Yep,
in a
Sean!
tie game
Sean!
without hammer.
Sean! Yep, all the way, all the way.
Sean Blair sweeping this stone. And
Okay.
he will get nose.
Right on the beak. So it has left a little pocket for Team Prince Edward Island here. He's electing to, it looks like, play the double though.
So
Sound
you
com-
can play the double here and maybe still keep a quarter of the rock behind cover.
If you hit that center line rock a little fuller, so meaning more
Worried that I kind
of the nose of the rock and roll towards the yellow, you might actually pop up a little bit.
nuts, honey.
Team Prince Edward Island would like to shout out to their sponsors, Charlottetown Bottle and Metal, as well as Hunter's Ale House.
Any way you can pop up and out.
Dennis Watt looking for a double on the two Quebec stones in the top 4 foot.
On the,
Line looks really close here, Tyler.
Big scrub here from the front end.
Curl some more. Curl some more.
Whoa.
Just a little too much of that rock.
So PEI will
Hey, we
sit
threw up a
second
guard.
stone.
We're loving life, right?
I think so, yeah.
But a decision here again for Quebec. They can either come into the house
Yeah,
to
that's
sit
it. We just
second
got
stone
just past
or
center.
throw a guard. Last end they elected to go into the house. It paid off for them with a steal. This end they're looking to throw the guard. Do
Yeah.
you like this call, Justin?
I really do, Tyler. I think if he puts a good center line guard here,
I
it
like it
forces
here, I think.
PI to throw a cold draw to the full four, and that's what you want to make the other team do when they're not too sure of draw weight maybe at this point. So I really like this call, and a really good end Quebec has put together. They need one more good shot here.
So fourth end action here is the final stone of the end for Team Quebec. Skip Scott Hill looking to throw a guard on his own stone in the 4 foot.
Now what they really got to watch for is that big swoop, Tyler. Throwing a center guard's really
It's a
tough.
touch wide.
Really tough to get wide, and well, holding the broom, lead Lamb, Taylor Lamb, that is, saying it is a little wider. I
Yeah,
think
go
that's going to
Scotty.
be okay.
Go, Scotty. Go, Scotty.
It should finish
Yep.
hard here.
Yep. Okay. That's good. That's good.
And a good guard there from Team Quebec.
I think that'll
shot.
just do the trick. I don't think there's any hole there.
And neither does Team PEI. They've put the broom
Staggering
down
on that.
already for the draw. They will need a
Staggering
good
on that
chunk of the
touch
4
made it
foot,
better, too.
which is the red area in the center of the house.
All right, guys.
Big shot for Skip Dennis Watts here.
Yeah, it'd be real nice for PEI to take the lead.
Yep.
After 3 here, you can go and regroup at the fourth end
Alrighty.
break.
I have had granola.
Really nice release here.
Good rotation on that stone there. Sweeper's saying it might be a little bit heavy.
That has been a theme this end for Team PEI.
This rock really needs to slow down as it enters the house here. And just a little bit heavy, and it will slip through the rings. That'll be a steal of 1 for Team Quebec. After 3 singles here, Quebec leads 3-2 after 4.
I guess he still doesn't mind me too.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the four of us when we step on the ice. People say that this isn't a contact sport, but that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. 2 months premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
Going to British Columbia. We're just going to do a little scan of the scores and we'll update you on every sheet. So sheet 1, we see the Yukon playing Newfoundland in an all-important game there too. The winner has a chance for tiebreaker action. Yukon leading 4-0. Sheet 2, the Northwest Territories PI women's game. PI leads 3-2. Third end, we're just getting an update from the officials here. We'll maybe let that... Let her hard to get those numbers up there. Looks like Ontario with a big steal of 3 there. Wow. Going up 5-3 on BC. Here on sheet 4, tied up 3-3, going in the 5th end there. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. Our feature match here, we just seen a steal of 1 from Quebec, going up 3-2. Sheet 6, we see, what is that? BC against Nunavut. BC up 5-1 in the 5th end. Sheet 7, we see Nova Scotia against the Northwest Territories. Northwest Territories leading 4-2 there. Sheet 8, another important game, also featured on live streaming. Saskatchewan against Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario up 3-2. Sheet 9, Saskatchewan men against Alberta. Saskatchewan up 3-2. And on sheet 10, we got Manitoba against Quebec in a women's battle. Really close game there. Manitoba up 2-1. Sheet 11, we have Northern Ontario against Nunavut. Northern Ontario up 4-2 after 4 ends of play. And way on sheet 12 there, we got Alberta against Yukon. Alberta up 4-1 after 4. And again, if you want to tune in and check out any scores at any time, log on and go to curling.ca/scoreboard. And I have to say, I apologize for the fans in Quebec for my mispronunciation of Chateauguay Valley. So I apologize. We got some Quebec fans here. They're keeping me in line, so thank you to those ladies. And I appreciate all the fans that are tuning in across the Canada and watching and putting up with Tyler and I.
Yeah, so we've had a very good game here. This is an important game. The winner of this game has an opportunity to make a tiebreaker. I can see the teams looking over at the Saskatchewan-Alberta game. if Alberta defeats Saskatchewan over on sheet 9, there will not be any tiebreakers in this pool. We will put the standings of the event back up on the screen here, so you can have a look at how your favorite team has fared this week. You can see the time clocks in behind the Quebec lead thrower there. Both teams have plenty of time left to complete the game.
Still light, still light.
This is the final draw of round robin action.
Little mishap there. Maybe pick something up, Tyler, or just falling short of the hog line there.
Yeah, it was a little short there. The Quebec team didn't seem overly concerned about it. It might have picked something up. It was over curling where they wanted it to end up. So Team PEI has had their opportunities this game. They will be looking to generate some offense here. They do have hammer, which is last stone.
That's a good shot by lead Dougie McGregor.
I held on to it for a long time, too. Yep.
So Quebec asking for a center guard or a rock into the top 12 foot.
I'll blame it on the stone.
Taylor Lamb taking the same approach I do when I hog a stone. Blame it on the stone.
Quite familiar with that, aren't you, Tyler?
Well, at least once a game I end up with a bad stone.
Only one, eh?
Yeah, usually when I'm throwing an intern.
This rock looking really good as it's sliding into the house here.
Very good stone there. Good recovery after the first one. Tucks a corner behind the guard. PEI will try and freeze up to that stone. Maybe tap it back a little bit.
So some more Q&A with Team Prince Edward Island here. We asked, what song best represents your team? And they replied, Why Can't We Be Friends by War. Kind of sounds like you and I, hey, Tyler?
Sounds like our team, yes.
They also said Pretty Fly for a White Guy. That's it's quite the spread of songs. This one coming a little deep.
PEI changing tactics just to go around that stone. Will sit a shot stone in the back 12.
Never a dull moment up here in the booth, eh, Tyler? Quebec second here, throwing.
Trying to go with the wide outturn here. This rock will really curl at the end and the weight will come off.
That's staying out there for a long time. I found actually, Tyler, as you get out in the weeds, as we call it here, on the edges of the 12 foot on the sheet, it actually is running really quick out there as the ice is fresh.
It did come around to make contact with that back stone. PEI still shot stone in the back 12. Also playing the wide intern.
I thought you were just trying to tighten up to me.
Yes, and before I forget, Tyler, Team Prince Edward Island wanted me to shout out to a little dedication. The whole team has dedicated themselves to the memory of Mark Kinney. Now, Mark was a close friend, great person, longtime teammate, tremendously talented curler, best of his generation on the island, they said. His initials are embroidered on the team's off-ice jackets for this event. So that's a fantastic tribute they're doing, and I'm sure Mark would be very proud of them.
Curling is a very social sport. You meet a lot of very nice people, and curlers in general, very nice. Curlers form their own teams, so you have to be friendly to be on a team, and all of these curlers, again, a very social sport. You meet up after the game, shake hands before and after.
That's why it's the most social sport in the world.
It's the original social media. And a very good dedication there from Team PEI. A very good stone here from Team Quebec to draw this stone into the top 4 foot.
Wow, Team Quebec really got their draw weight here.
The fans are going crazy up here.
A lot of Quebec fans up here.
PEI is going to have to deal with these stones on the top 12 foot. They're going to try and make a play on that one up in the top 12. They'd like to keep their shooter around in the rings as a potential counter at the end of the end. This is PEI second. Andrew McDougall.
Yes. This one's going to curl.
Sweepers really trying to keep this one straight.
They are, actually.
He's very close to getting by, but they will just click the guard up front, remove the guard.
Just can't save the rocks on that spot.
No, very difficult. Once it starts to curl and puts on the turn signal, there's really no stopping it.
So Team Quebec sitting great here with one right on the top of the button, going to just keep guarding. This one looking like it's curling right away again.
And not much handle on this stone. And that will, when there is not much handle, it will really curl hard at the end. This stone coming back now.
I wonder if they got a remote control on that rock.
It actually turned out to be a pretty good guard. I'll have to check with the ice staff to see if that's a feature of that stone. All of these stones do use the eye on the hog line technology. You can see the green lights flashing on the stone.
Yes, you never want to see red lights pop up.
Again, this is not a normal feature of a club curling. In club curling, all officiating is done by the curlers for the curlers. At this event, there is very little officiating. Most conflicts on the ice, if there are any, are settled by the curlers themselves.
But we'd like to shout out to the officiating staff at this event. There is a really experienced group of them this week that are just making sure everything flows right and helping the players. They're putting up the scores. They're making sure the pregame practices go smooth. And any technical problems that should arise, they've been handling that very good.
So Quebec trying to draw another stone into the house. They are now trying to go back 12. Good communication from Team Quebec here.
Just getting that by.
That's a nice guard.
That's one of those reverse guards.
Yeah. Team Quebec having fun with that one.
This will leave PEI with an opportunity to remove those 2 Quebec stones in the 4 foot.
Would you ever play just a little 4-foot tap, trying to tap that rock top 4 just to the back 4, Tyler?
Well, it's definitely an option, but Quebec does have a few stones hanging around in the 12 foot. I think they'd like to try and bring those stones back into play. This stone is really curling early, though. And it will click the guard. Quebec now sitting 3. 2 rocks in the 4 foot.
Team Quebec sitting pretty good here.
We hit that. They're still.
They're thinking about hitting the one on the left here, the top red one. I kind of like another guard here.
Well, as we talked about earlier, the guards are very difficult to place. There is potentially, if the guard is not thrown correctly, a triple for Team PEI.
Yeah. A very tough triple, but definitely there.
Aren't they all?
Yes.
So difficult to tell what the call is here. This is pretty much the same ice as what you would take for the draw as you would for the hit. It has been a very well played game for Quebec skip Scott Hill. Looks like they are playing the hit on that stone out in the 12-foot.
Hard, Sean.
He looks very close to getting a roll.
All way.
Watch for this roll here. Rolling right in the center line. Little tap. Pretty good, Tyler.
And a very good shot. I do believe that Quebec is now only sitting 3. That stone in the back, 8-foot, is third stone.
Just think it's more difficult.
That makes me like the hit even better.
It's coming off the side of this.
And if he doesn't end up with shot, then we guard.
So, with Quebec sitting 3 stones in the 4-foot here, what's the best option for Team PEI? Is this just throw it as hard as you can here, Justin?
Well, kind of yes and no, Tyler. I don't like throwing it as hard as you can because that takes a little bit of the control and accuracy out of it. But looks like PI is electing to hit the middle one and trying to roll over on top of the right, as we looked at it there, on top of the right yellow rock on the center, or the T line, sorry. Likely that the back yellow will jam, though, on the back 8-foot. I almost like hitting the one on the right T line better and trying to roll in the middle.
Well, it depends on the weight that he's throwing. If he's throwing down weight, that might actually be the shot that he's throwing here.
Yeah.
So Dennis Watts, skip of Team Prince Edward Island, with his first stone.
I think you're right, Tyler. This looks like down weight a bit. I think that was a call. It's curling. It's really
It's
close.
very close here.
Needs to curl here. Off the back.
And a great
Not
stone.
bad. That's a good result. If that curls a little bit more, you sit in front of that back one.
So PEI does get shot stone out of that. Quebec with 2 stones in the 4-foot here still, but Quebec will have to negotiate that red rock out of the rings.
What way do you like coming at this, Tyler? Do you like trying to
If we hit, just go there.
throw it down the center and try to hit it out the left as we look at it? Or?
Well, it's difficult. If you throw too much weight at this and lose your shooter, you may leave some kind of double for PEI to score there too.
Would you ever just tap it back slightly?
I think you probably want to throw enough weight to get this stone out of the rings. You can hit it on the nose and bounce it off with the one yellow in the back, but somewhere along here hitting half a stone. Quebec calls timeout. Each team does get 2 timeouts. There are no coaches here at the Travelers Curling Championships, but they do get an opportunity to stop the clock and think about their shot here. Let's listen into what they're discussing.
My concern is we lose the back one, and then he's got a straight crotch double for 2.
We know what we gotta do is hit.
But what kind of weight?
Hit half or 2.
Well, what did he just like a normal, just a normal, me and the here. Even if you pop this to here. Or what about even?
So like with normal with this turn?
You could even play less weight and just hit this part, bump off there, and you'll end up sitting there. Even if you take control with like here.
Okay.
Normal, I think it's good.
Let's just go here.
Okay.
So Team Quebec here, thinking about a couple options here,
Once it gets
Tyler.
anywhere that center line, it goes like crazy.
Yeah, so what was the indecision there, Justin? I think they were trying to. They're going to throw good weight at this stone. If the rock does over curl and hits their own back yellow, it will still go out of the rings. Their thought is here, if they come and bounce off of their own yellow, and they do set up a double, that it may still jam on the back one. So the main goal here: first, get the rock out of the rings, and second, try and keep the keep 3 stones around in the house that they can use. Final shot here from Scott Hill.
Hard, Sean.
I like the weight choice he's done here. He hasn't thrown it a million miles an hour. He kept it to a nice controllable weight.
This does need to curl.
Is there a hole
Or it
there?
can slip right
Oh,
through.
no.
Oh my! Oh my!
I think he's still okay.
That is a very fortunate miss there.
Wow. Yeah, very fortunate,
Wow.
Tyler.
Not quite the plan.
I can't wait to see replay of that one later. He barely touched the rock as it went through the hole. Almost a catastrophe if he'd have gone directly through the hole. But he did squirt the rock far enough for Quebec to sit 2 and force PEI to take 1 here if they can make a nose hit.
Yes, there's not really any double here, so PI looking to hit this yellow right on the beak, as they say, right on the nose. Get their 1 and move into the next end.
That spot seemed to trick them there on that one. It went a lot straighter than they expected.
We'll see if this one does the same, much in the same spot.
Dennis Watt skip of Prince Edward Island.
It's really
Looking for nose
curly.
hit. This is really curling. They might be able to come to their own back stone. And it will pass by the 2 Quebec stones. Quebec will steal 2 here in the 5th end to go up 5-2 over Prince Edward Island.
Not sure, did that pick again, Tyler, or just skip Dennis Watts, just get that rock going a little bit, making it curl?
They did seem to start sweeping that one early, so it may have picked up something right out of his hand. That's unfortunate. But Team Quebec will have, or Team PEI will have 3 ends left to put some points on the board.
Yes, they just need to, again, pardon me, compose themselves. Like you said, 3 important ends left here. They just need to score a deuce. That's all they need. They don't need to go crazy for anything more. Just get their deuce, get back in this game.
Quebec has been committing robbery here against Team PEI, stealing the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ends.
Yes, watch your pockets out there, folks.
So again, we'll update that Saskatchewan-Alberta game. We just had an update on the score here. Saskatchewan steals 2 in the 5th end to go up 5-2 over Alberta. Remember, the playoff implications of that game are if Alberta loses, the winner of this Quebec PEI game will play in a tiebreaker tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Pacific time. We are shaping up here that we may have multiple tiebreakers by the end of this draw. All tiebreakers are played tomorrow at 10 a.m. Only one of the games will be broadcast, if there are any tiebreakers. And we will update all the fans here on social media following the game once we know which game will be broadcast. But in this game here, it's still not over. Quebec leads 5-2. PEI with hammer. And it looks like they're going to have a few rocks this end to play with to generate some offense.
Tell them to throw my 8 rock there, too.
Some more Q&A here for the fans at home. A little bit more about Prince Edward Island. The question was, who would you not let anywhere near the team steering wheel, and why?
The answer better not be the skip here.
Well, the answer, Dougie, the lead. Have you ever been in a 1999 Toyota Corolla prop plane? Apparently he is a proud owner of that, so I don't know, have you ever been in a prop plane, Tyler?
I flew to a Bonspiel once in British Columbia in a prop plane. I remember going there and coming back.
Excellent. How about in between?
We did not play so well. I don't want to remember the in-between. So a center guard here from PEI. 2 Quebec stones in the rings. Even though Quebec is sitting 2, those stones are going to be usable by PEI. And lead Doug McGregor being asked to freeze down to those stones. This looks like a very good shot.
Yeah,
here.
line looks really good. Sweepers need to stay close to this so they don't lose it. And now here it goes. Really curling.
Oh, very good curling stone here from Doug.
What a great curling shot. That's really good, Tyler. Yellows kind of are in a pocket there for Team PEI to work with and use. Team Quebec's got to be pretty careful here.
Yeah, I thought you might have seen Quebec peel the guard here, but they are sitting shot stone, and they're going to keep on going after this here. They're going to keep on putting the pressure on. Quebec second, Scott McClintock.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Tyler, well, offense and attacking has been working really well for Team Quebec, so I guess the old saying, what works well, stay with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
This is a very good shot here.
That's great. Team Quebec really having a feel for draw weight today. Something that PEI really would like to have.
Yeah, the draw weight has eluded PEI here, but lots of ends left. The team would have talked about this during the fourth end break. They have some rocks to work with here. They are second stone.
Second, Andrew McDougall.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Fun fact about the Kelowna Curling Club that I got off their website. The Kelowna Curling Club is home to numerous provincial, national, and world champions. When you look around the club here, you do see a lot of banners from teams. All of these teams here at the Travelers Canada Club Curling Championships looking for a banner to take back home and hang in their club.
Yeah, it's really prestigious to have your name on a banner, hang it up in a curling club. Something to be really proud of. We are very lucky and very privileged to have so much talent and history at the Kelowna Curling Club.
Quebec does step up to peel that center guard, and a successful shot there.
So PEI's got a couple angles to work with here. Some decision time, though. Like this call, Tyler? A little guard again?
I do. The more rocks in play, the better off they're going to be. And wherever they put this, Quebec is probably going to chase after them. They could try and move some of the stones around, but they're sitting in pretty good position right now.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind seeing them trying a little freeze in the pocket there on the left hand.
Very difficult shot to play there. They'd have to go very, very wide to get to that spot. Probably a spot where the teams don't know the ice very well.
Like we've seen a couple times, it tends to be a little straighter there for a little longer and then work its way in. But this one's looking like a pretty nice shot here. Coming in a little bit deep, but that's okay. Still keep it in an angle. Not a bad shot. So yeah, what I was talking about just on the right as we look at it here on the T line, yellow center, just what Scott Hill actually tapped there. PI trying to maybe come in and freeze in that pocket, I'd like to see.
Quebec looking at potentially taking their own stone out there. It's really not helping them.
Yeah, taking away that pocket.
They're going to have a discussion about it. You can see the time clocks in behind there. Neither team in danger of the time clock, but you want to have, for the two ends remaining, about 10 minutes left. So they will be a little bit tight at the end of this, but not in any danger.
Yeah, it's tight. I think still.
I think Scott has made his decision. He's going to try and make a play on his own stone. Very important to get wide enough out to the rock here. You would never want to touch those red stones on the way by.
Does he want to roll this right out, Tyler, or save it on the edge?
I think the call was to straight peel. And a very good shot.
mission accomplished there.
So now PEI looking like they want to try and move these stones around. I like this call.
I was thinking that.
Yes, PI looking like they have a lot going on here. So a tap, Tyler.
Yeah, they'd like to keep that yellow stone in play in the back of the house as a little bit of protection.
Board.
They're going to throw board weight at it. They may lose the back one, but the most important part here is to try and keep those stones lined up in a position where Quebec cannot remove them. Moving 3 stones here, you do have to make sure you throw enough weight.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
This looks like a lot of weight.
Needs to curl up on them. They do not want to lose the shooter, but actually a very good result. All
Really good.
3 of those red stones lined up.
Directly to hit that yellow.
So yeah, Quebec's going to have to make a decision here. They liked the way things looked before that last stone from PEI.
Quebec being up a couple points here. Do you like throwing a really high, hard one, trying to eliminate as much as you can?
Well, the problem is I don't know if you can get any of those PEI stones out of the rings.
Well, you'd definitely be able to get the top one out hitting pretty thin. As we look at it, the top 12, if you throw it down the center line, just hit a quarter rock, it'll go. Peel weight. But again, Quebec looking to be offensive here and guarding.
Yeah, I think the call here was even if the guard is very tight and they just rub off of that red stone, change the angles. But Quebec is going to have to execute very well here with their last 3 stones.
Yes, and very careful not to set up another good angle for PEI.
This stone really hanging out. They're going to try and bring this into the rings now.
Wouldn't be awful to mix these angles up a little bit more too.
So, not the result they were looking for. Quebec, with 2 rocks in the rings here, both of those stones are accessible.
It changed up that angle a little bit enough that if they ran the 2 red ones back, they would probably lose that 1 red.
Yeah, so Dennis Watt calling for just kind of a backline weight to move those rocks back. You could play this with weight as well, but he's trying to generate offense here.
Yep.
Sweeper's really on this one early.
Yep.
They're trying to keep it from touching that center line.
They got a chance here.
Guys, real hard.
Really need to scrub this
Big
one.
scrub by McDougall, and McGregor gets it by
They
just
will
by
get-
an inch.
They will get that by, but they do not move the stone on the tee line. Quebec still sits shot stone.
That yellow looks buried behind there now.
Yeah, now I think the option is there. The way that those angles are set up, I think you could remove 3 of the PEI stones with a well-placed high hard one.
It's kind of funny. We're flipping back and forth, but now actually I like the guard. Because how do you get that yellow stone if you're PEI? They don't really have much here, Tyler.
No, but you know that with the next 2 from PEI, they'll be looking to change those angles back. PEI with 4 rocks in the rings.
Is it possible we don't hit enough though, and that takes our
I really think if Quebec elects to hit here, you're just opening up that yellow and allowing PEI to score a multiple point here.
Yeah, this might be dedicated or dictated by the score.
And you want to hit just there, right?
I just don't see how you get that yellow out of there if you're PEI, do you?
Yeah, you might be able to play that same shot, but it's nice to get rid of some of those red stones if you're Quebec right now. We know that Skip Scott Hill is capable of throwing the heat. I wonder if his sweepers can run fast enough to keep up to this one. So a very important shot here.
We're looking to hit this top one right on the nose, or?
I think they were just on the center line side.
Do you think you get rid of more than 2 here?
I think you can get rid of 3 stones here with this one. Lots of weight here.
Be tough
from Skip Scott Hill.
It's gonna be tough to get this top one out. Looks really close.
And a very good result.
It is, but now that yellow is accessible, Tyler.
Well, you can see a little piece of it. He was hoping to get 3 PEI stones out. Only removed 2.
PI definitely needs to move this yellow, even if they pick it and roll out. I don't see how Quebec can get that top 4 rock out.
Looks like he's playing down weight to try and save his shooter.
Yeah, I think just a little hack waiter here.
Hack weight, guys. Hack weight. Hack weight.
Confirmed, hack weight. Dennis Watt trying to change the momentum of this game here.
Yes, and he'd like to shout out to his twin girls, Jordan and Reagan, and wife Becky, who are hopefully tuning in, listening to this, and cheering for Dad. He needs a good one here. Release looks pretty good. Line's close. It needs to curl a bit.
This does need to curl.
Needs to get to that center line at least and cross a little bit. It's really close. Supers need to stay close to this one. Is it over curling?
Very good.
Is it over curling?
Oh,
No.
what a great curling stone.
Broderson hard on that yellow. Got to get it by. Getting it back, sorry.
There was a race behind the tee line to sweep those stones.
Man, if that curls just a hair more, it's a fantastic result.
I actually think it's a very good result. Those top stones might be lined up on the back one.
Yeah, I think you could be right, Tyler. Something Scott Hill definitely needs to be cognizant about.
So I believe here we have Team PEI sitting 2. See a smile on the face of Dennis Watt after that one.
Definitely, definitely good.
And it'll be decision time again for Quebec. As you can see with those 2 stones in the top 12 that there are being touched there, if you try and make a play on those 2 stones, they may go back and touch the yellow in the back 12-foot. The red may still spin out of the house, but that would bring the other PEI stone into play. 3 definitely in play here now for PEI.
Why are we getting that low on time?
Another timeout called by Team Quebec, Scott Hill. It's your second timeout. But it is a big
I don't
decision
mind coming
here.
right here.
Yeah, you can see
And then just make it
just under 7 minutes left here for Quebec. 1 stone left this end, so they'll leave this end with around,
exactly.
you know. What do you like here, Justin?
Yeah, Team Quebec definitely in some mess here.
It's only shot, eh? I think we're here.
Well, we could even go over here and just make sure.
The draw's got to be perfect, or does he give a shot for 3? And that hit,
even if we're
I'm just
rubbing,
not
we'll
confident
just
that
try to make sure we come in
that
far
hit
enough.
doesn't jam on that yellow.
I think the hit leaves a draw for 3-2, so I think regardless
'cause
of
then
what
we'll
they
still
do,
be second and
they're in
third.
danger of giving up a 3-ender. The only way out of this is to freeze to that stone in the top 4-foot.
Even if
Oh,
he
yeah.
came back 4 buried.
Yeah, that would be a great curling stone too.
But definitely tough times right now for Team Quebec.
Yeah.
Just go inside half of that.
Okay.
Should be about
Team
right.
PEI has set up a great end of curling here, forcing Scott Hill to make a really pressure shot to save the end.
So 1 stone each left.
Quebec
We
throwing the yellow.
We are playing the 6th end. Quebec is up 5-2. PEI with hammer. Skip Scott Hill has made a bunch of beauty shots here this game.
Looks like the official has maybe put the wrong score up there.
Yeah, don't believe that. Believe me, folks. It is 5-2, not 7-2. Believe me. Unless she knows something that I don't about the sixth end of curling.
I'm just not sure how Quebec could ever score 2 in this case.
Lots of room, guys. What's the wait?
wonder
What's
if-
the wait?
I wonder if someone's paying that official out there. I don't know.
This rock coming into the rings, they really need to get this to go.
Yep, right up, right up, right up.
They want it to curl. This is another great curling stone.
Team Quebec very animated in that, and maybe just a little bit.
Just a little bit of communication
Yeah.
there. They were trying to make that rock stop just in front of the red, which would have made it very difficult to remove. A good option is to go behind it. So you could have been in the top 8 or the back 4, but top 4, this does leave an opportunity for PEI.
Just kind of caught in between there, hey Tyler?
Yeah, it happens so often.
Well, I mean, if it's just 4 inches higher or 4 inches heavier, it's a great shot. So an opportunity for Prince Edward Island, and led by Dennis Watts here to
tie this game up.
yeah,
Yeah, I was
and
nuts.
rearrange
He
that
just
score.
changed it just now.
So he'll want to make sure he gets out to the broom here.
Yeah, definitely a curly spot here.
Looks like he has.
You're gonna see it curl right away though.
Sweepers need to stay on this one.
You'll get that reference of the center line. It's crossing over.
He needs to curl over. He needs to get about half of his stone over the line.
I think
and
it'll
he
be
will
okay.
make it. And a great shot from PEI to take 3 in the 6th end and tie this game up.
Yeah.
Oh boy, folks, we got a game.
Three, yep.
So the official's going to have maybe a bit of a head scratcher there, but we'll get it figured out.
Okay, we'll be back right after these messages.
We scored a bundle on the way home, and yeah, they just did it.
Three red. What's that?
I'm not going to argue with him. He's bigger than me.
We scored. I guess it's 3. So, yeah.
So we're just getting things figured out with the scoreboard here. Just no harm, no foul. Just get that changed, and
Well, I just figured your score based on what you know.
officials got a lot of scores to figure out and keeping track there. There's 12 sheets, 12 scores, and they're ever changing.
Oh, I know.
So a nice little break for the players here.
So a big momentum swing here in the 6th end. PEI taking 3 to tie up the game. They had not scored in a while. They did take 2 in the 1st end. This is the next time they've scored. This break also gets me an opportunity to check my 50-50 ticket.
If you win, you're going to buy the drinks, right, Tyler?
Well, I guess I'm staying here for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Over curling.
I always.
So I'd like to thank all the folks again for tuning in and watching this very close game now. And stay tuned because there's a lot more to come in these next 2 ends we predict to be very entertaining.
So again, the scoreboard still will need to be updated. The score is 5-5. We've got 2 ends remaining. Quebec with hammer.
Please, T-line. Please, T-line. There. You're right. It's all there. It's got to stop. Whoa,
Quebec trying to split the house here, going to the side. Looking a little hot, needs to hang on here.
So in that all-important men's Saskatchewan-Alberta game, Alberta has taken 2 in the 6th end to draw within 1 of Saskatchewan. They are playing 7. Saskatchewan with hammer up 1.
Yes, very close. These 2 teams on our feature sheet will be very, very intensely looking towards that game, but they need to stay focused in this game, take it into their own hands. They got to accomplish this and finish this game first.
We do have our first final directly next door to this game. Team BC has defeated Team Nunavut. The teams will need to be aware that that game has gotten off the ice. The ice may change on that side of the sheet. It's the right-hand side of the sheet when you're looking at the skip. Left-hand side right now.
And right-hand side again.
Right-hand side again.
Yeah, we see when a full house here, we have a full facility of 12 sheets. When we see if one sheet gets off, it tends to stiffen up, and we say it gets maybe a little straighter and a little heavier, Tyler?
Yeah, that's correct. And that kind of, except coming home, coming back to the glass in the 8th end, you will see the ice be a little bit quicker. So Quebec opting to go to the open side here. They're going to ignore that long guard.
So what do you like doing in the 7th end if you're Quebec? Do you like trying to score here, or do you like blanking in and taking the hammer?
Well, I think if they have the opportunity to blank the game and bring the hammer home in the 8th end, they will take it. But they have been very successful at staying on the offense. What hurt them last end is when they tried to go on the defense and remove those stones.
Yes, weird, hey?
As I had talked about there, that was a very poor... It ended up to be a poor decision for them. I thought it was very good at the beginning.
Good thing you're not coaching them.
But
PEI really needing to stick on those hits, though, to make anything happen here. They would really like to force Quebec to 1, so PEI needs to be just a little bit sharper. But
Quebec looking at peeling that guard now. This would indicate they are going to try and blank the end.
Some more Q&A with Team Quebec. Living in Canada, would you rather A, walk the entire way to work on icy roads every day, or B, drive but have to shovel every kilometer during your commute for the rest of your life? Tough question. But they answered A, all the way. We'll take the chance to slide on ice any day.
That's
they said
good curling answer.
Yes, and they said that. They also were going for a poem there. Very cute, very cute.
So Team PEI will still try and generate some offense here. They're going to try to either steal a point or force Quebec to take one. You'll likely see them throw a number of guards here.
Yes, likely a cat and mouse game, as we like to say. Guard, peel, guard, peel, guard, peel.
And a very good guard from Andrew McDougall.
Skip Scott Hill just signaling to see which turn his second prefers. Very nice of him, Tyler.
Some curlers will prefer one turn over the other. Generally, I prefer neither, which means I don't have a preference because they both come out a little bit wonky. But a good peel there, and we'll see another center guard.
Yes, neither team can get complacent and throw in these seemingly easy shots, but as we've discussed earlier, throwing a perfect guard and even a perfect peel, are not that easy.
This rock looks like it's going to slip into the house.
Make it good.
Little deep.
So PEI sits one.
Bomb.
They want to roll this rock out of the rings. They don't want any rocks in play.
It's great shooting.
We'd also like to say thank you to the technical crew that helps bring you this game. The audio visual, we've had a lot of compliments on the quality of streaming that we have had here for our live games at the Kelowna Curling Club.
Well, they're just doing a great job today, Tyler, and all week, yeah.
Even bringing us a new view here on this one. I like this view.
No, they put in a lot of time. Their efforts don't go unnoticed, so we just like to make sure that they know we all appreciate it. Because this is spoiling all the fans across Canada that couldn't make the commute here.
I can remember even just a few years ago, you used to watch someone place rocks on a screen, and that was the way the curling was broadcast. So great improvement. So what we have here is Team Quebec was not able to roll their peel out of the off the sheet of play, and you'll see PEI try and go around that long, wide corner guard. If they can bury a piece behind, they may be able to force Quebec to take one here in the 7th end.
Kind of as a general rule of thumb, if you don't have hammer, you don't really like playing around corner guards, but I think it's late enough in the end that not that much danger.
Yeah, they're going to have to take whatever they can get here with an early rock with a rollout by the second. Dennis Watt, skip of Team PEI from the Charlottetown Curling Complex.
Have you ever been to PEI?
I have been to PEI, beautiful Prince Edward Island. I was there hoping to and expecting to see the beautiful scenery of PEI. Unfortunately, I ended up there during the middle of a 10-week garbage strike. It was still a beautiful community, but a little strange.
I guess it would be.
You sure you won't
So
be
a
able to
great
see that
shot
from the
there
hack?
from Dennis.
You don't think you can see that from the hack? Straight pit?
Yeah, that was really good. Fully buried. So decision time from Quebec here. Electing probably to run it back. Looking at it.
Yeah, they could try and draw in with it and try and sit shot stone. That would give them an opportunity to score 2, but they're going to try and run this rock back.
Right in the nose.
Yeah, if they can hit this right on the nose, they still could potentially score 2. Team Quebec from the Ormstown Curling Club.
Big shot here from Scott Hill.
Trying to bounce back from giving up 3
It's really close
in
here.
the 6th end.
Really
This rock
close.
is just over curled on them slightly. Good save there.
Fraction of an inch.
Trying to roll that shooter on.
And now that might pose extra problems for them actually rolling to that center.
Yeah, PEI is going to have an opportunity to go around that tight center guard and really set up a steal. I didn't see that coming.
No, kind of out of nowhere. And there's always that infamous question: would you rather be one up without hammer, or one down with hammer?
Was that on the Q&A sheet there, Justin?
No, actually, it wasn't, Tyler.
You'd think that would be maybe a little relevant.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those spots that you find yourself in a lot of the times, it seems. And, kind of intuitively, you'd think you'd rather have the hammer in the last end. But actually, the stats show that if you're one up, if you're ahead of the game, even if you don't have hammer, you end up winning more games.
So Dennis Watt, who made a great draw on his first stone, trying to bring this stone into the 4-foot behind the tight Quebec center guard.
Line looks really good if the sweepers stay on this one.
Sweepers really on this stone. They want to drag it as far as they can to make the draw from Quebec as hard as possible.
The dynamic duo of McDougall and McGregor. Not a bad spot.
Interesting spot. Yeah. We say this is an interesting spot here because they cannot hit that stone and sit shot, but I think you have your answer here. Quebec hitting this stone is probably saying they would rather be down 1 and keep the hammer in the 8th end.
Is there a double and a blank there, Tyler?
Well, they may take a run at that, but they're definitely, the way they're calling this, they're saying they don't mind if PEI scores 1 here.
Yeah.
You may see the double attempt. on the double, you could potentially blank the end, which would be a fantastic result.
I think this shot is also dictated by they don't really want to try hitting out far on the wings there on the edge of the 12.
They
Kind
could
of
throw
unknown.
a draw, though, as well. This
Well, they
looks
could.
like they are trying the double. This needs to curl.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh.
And they will
Oh.
just get enough of the stone to remove it. Great shot.
Close. But it is a steal of one for Prince Edward Island. And here we go, folks. Last end. And PEI is stolen to be up 6-5. We got a good one. Stay with us.
Oh, it's the classic battle. Down one whip.
Huh?
Not a fan of left seats.
It's just a forward.
Just again, taking a look at all of our sponsors for this event. And again, like any event, we couldn't do it with all the sponsors. So big thank you to all of them. And as we get ready for the 8th end of action, do we have an update over on sheet 8, Tyler?
Yeah, on sheet 8, we are tied up between Saskatchewan and Northern Ontario. They're tied up at 4. On sheet 9, Saskatchewan up 6-4 without hammer. Alberta looking to score 2 to force an extra end or 3 to take the win.
Wow, that'd be exciting finish over there.
Some very competitive games here this afternoon on the final draw of round robin play. We only have one of the 12 games that is finished before 8th ends. So PEI looking to keep this stone out in front of the house.
Great spot there. Great brush. That's a really underrated, important shot, Tyler. You need to have that in the free guard zone, or else your whole end could be gone.
So an equally important shot coming up here from Taylor Lamb. A well-made stone here can really set up the end. Quebec looking to score 2. PEI looking to force to 1 or steal. They would really like this stone to stop before the tee line. But it will slip to the back 8 foot. Still in play. That's the tying point right there.
Might not be there for long, but yes, you are right.
So you can see the time clocks there. They are both tight on time, but still, I believe both teams have a timeout left. Neither team in much danger here, but they do need to keep the pace up.
Yeah, I think there's, last end we do tend to see a little bit more discussion as it is last end, and kind of it all comes down to that. But I think if we see a little bit over 3 minutes, you're okay.
Yeah. So Doug McGregor, I believe, was being asked to bring this rock into the rings. It's just going to get by. Great sweeping to bring this rock into the top 4 foot.
Over curling just a little bit, popping out the other side, but a great shot. Great weight. Great end by Dougie McGregor. He'll be very proud of that. For the fans down in PEI, Summerside, Charlottetown, really cheering hard for that one.
Great comeback here from PEI, who was down 5-2 at one point during this game.
That's right. Lead Taylor Lamb here wanted to shout out to his wife Grace and baby Georgie. I'm sure they're cheering hard too back at home.
Big scrub here. Big scrub here to get this by. Oh, the sweepers let off at the end. That may have caught something and over curled, bumping the PEI guard into the house. PEI second, Andrew McDougall, being asked for another center guard. With shot stone in the 4 foot, PEI will try and throw guards to protect that stone.
Tight.
Yeah, it's pretty much just guard after guard if you're Team PEI here until maybe your skip's first shot, maybe do something in the house, but want to keep guarding this as long as possible, kind of preoccupy Team Quebec out in front instead of in the house. This one coming a little deep over curling.
Similarly, Quebec not looking to peel everything. They do need some rocks around. Their goal here is to score 2. But they need to have an avenue to get to that 4-foot.
Yes, they for sure need to have a chance to score one.
Second, Scott McClintock being asked to double peel these red stones. But the good double peel here, taking out one of PEI and one of Quebec stones, does open up the 4-foot.
Yeah, that's a good result.
So another center guard being called here. Sweepers watching this one come down, indicating it might be slightly heavier.
Line looks really good here. Maybe needs to curl, if anything. As you bring this one deeper, you do get more curl, but kind of... Which evil do you pick there, I guess?
Yeah, a couple opportunities now here, double opportunities for Team Quebec. Which ones do you like here, Justin?
I like right on the nose. Right in the nose, kill that one that's probably going to hurt you the most, one in the 4-foot. That's the danger rock for sure, Tyler. And so I like right in the nose, kill that one. So looking like...
I believe the call here was that double,
Oh,
and what
look
a
at this.
great result.
Wow.
That's why
Well-
they're there and we're up here.
That's right, Tyler, I guess. That's why I'm not their coach either.
So a great stone there from Team Quebec, removes both guards and squirms their rock through the
Wow.
wiggle effect to freeze to the stone and shot stone in the top 4-foot.
Wow.
And I think this is a good call. Team PEI going to call timeout here, discuss what they want to do.
What do you like here, Tyler?
Well, throwing a guard here is a little dangerous because it would leave Quebec a shot for 2. I kind of like coming down and jiggling those rocks a little bit, changing up the angles, or you could come down and freeze to the stone in the back 8-foot to sit 2.
That's what I like, Tyler. That's what I would do. Come to the back one and freeze.
So let's maybe listen into here to their
That
discussion.
back one's no good, is it?
It's okay. They're still gonna have this one up here that we're gonna have to try. We'll never be able to get rid of, right? So, as I said, we're either guarding for our life or we're gonna try and peel it and force them to, or make them draw for the one at the end.
Well, I hate to nose it and
Right.
not get anything.
Yeah.
Other than our own out.
So guard. We go back and do that. Got to be there. Yeah. That's the other option.
Well, they're just gonna follow us down then, right?
Yeah, probably.
Do you like just hit that back yellow one? Do you like hit that back yellow
No,
one?
hitting it's not doing us no good because you hit that back yellow one. They're still sitting up top here with this.
You want to freeze to it then?
So it's either freeze the back then or guard.
What do you like?
Well, we're going to have to make 4 perfect yards in a row.
You're gonna have to make perfect shots regardless. I don't mind the freeze to the back one. That's not terrible. Even if you come up a little short, you're still in there for 2. Okay.
What do you like, Doug?
So a lot of great conversation there, Tyler. A lot of options thrown out and few that we liked, actually. It's kind of what you want to accomplish, I think, at this end, right? Do you want to go hard for your steal, or do you want to force and go to an extra end?
Well, I do agree with the comment they made there that throwing 4 perfect guards here is going to be difficult. So drawing down to the back one, which is what they've decided to do here, leaves the biggest margin for error. If the rock stops a little short or is a little bit heavy, it's still going to help them. I didn't mind the call of hitting the back one either. It does leave Quebec the opportunity to sit 2 right away, but would put the ball back in their court that they need to make 4 great shots to win the game.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of to my point, Tyler, right? Like, this one, you think you're still going for a steal, whereas if you hit that back one, I think you're pretty much saying, go back here. We're probably going to give you an open house or an open hit to force an extra.
Yeah, and this shot coming in very well here. It's going to tap the yellow stone. I don't mind tapping it right out of the rings.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
It will stick around in the back 12.
That might come into play.
I think it's protecting them right now. I think hitting this might remove the when all is said and done, the rock in the back 12 may go as well.
Yeah,
but
if he hit this right, he might get both reds and that back yellow all moving.
And opportunity for Quebec to sit 2 here.
Yeah, do you want to try to stick this right in the nose if you're Quebec, or roll your shooter a little bit away?
If you roll away, you want to roll as far away as possible.
Yeah.
But nose here is pretty good.
This was third Sean Blair.
Great shot from Sean Blair. Removes both stones.
There you go.
Sits 2. Does leave a small angle for PEI to make a double.
Yeah, if you're PI, I think you're now in extra end mode here. You definitely need to make both these go away. It is a tough double, meaning that if you hit close to nose, that top one's definitely not going out of the ring. So like what Dennis Watt's indicating here. Throw peel weight, high hard one. You got to hit this fairly thin, meaning that you have to hit it on the broom side as we look at it. On the left-hand side to squirt that top yellow out of the rings.
I believe he actually called for Saskatchewan draw weight here. PEI third.
It's close.
Very good shot.
Oh, that is a great shot.
Removes both Quebec stones.
And saves your shooter. Wow, really good. Eric Broderson. That was an important shot there.
Just shows you how good these curlers are. Just a few minutes ago, there was 5 or 6 rocks all in the house. They're all gone now. Quebec is now in extra end mode as well. They're going to hit this PEI stone.
Also wants to save their shooter. Oh, I don't know. Not too sure.
If that stayed on, it's a very good shot. Difficult to hit a stone out here. I think even if it's close, you probably have to hit this one.
Yeah, like you definitely don't want to throw your fate of playoffs into a measurement. Tyler, I believe we have some commotion over on sheet 9.
Yeah, so
handshakes.
Handshakes on sheet 9. Saskatchewan has defeated Alberta, so there will be a tiebreaker, at least one tomorrow, between Alberta and the winner of this game. So very important result here.
Talk about exciting action at the 2016 Travelers Club Curling Championship. Never lacking on excitement here. This one needs to curl a bit, floating to the outside. Okay.
Good stone.
Yeah.
Does the job.
If you're Quebec, do you ever try to draw around that red or corner freeze?
I like the corner freeze on it, but really I think you maybe want to put this stone in a spot where you haven't seen a lot of hits come down, and you know you're hoping for a big miss here in order to score 2. Again, lots of time left for both teams.
Yeah, if you make a quick call, you're looking at maybe, 20, 30 seconds per shot. So 2 shots left. You got a lot of time by my math. I'm no mathematician, but I think I got that.
So Quebec skip Scott Hill looking to put his stone somewhere in the house.
You know, I like this call. Are they going to that red one? Or yeah.
Well, with that ice, I don't think they're going to get all the way out to the red one, but maybe they're putting it in a spot that they think is a little trickier to hit.
Yeah, a little generous with the ice probably, but making sure, which is great. You got to make sure of the draw. You would not want to over curl this and lose rings. Line looks pretty good here.
Take a look, guys.
Yeah, nice shot.
So just guiding that rock into the rings.
Oh, loses its handle a little bit at the end there. Little trick shot. So PEI wants to obviously make this rock go away and maybe roll out a little bit, but nose is a pretty good shot. Force Quebec to make a hidden stick back.
Yeah, I think they're going to want to make Quebec throw a hit here. He just made a draw.
Well, that's why I like rolling out just a fraction to the left as we look at it now, because then you always want to put a little bit of doubt into the other skip's head to what shot they should decide. So.
Well, I kind of like rolling. If you could ever roll this to the back forefoot on the other side of the center line, make them really throw a different stone, but you want to keep it around here. I guess mission number 1, remove the Quebec stone.
Yes. So very good shot. Rolls in a little bit, which is
And so
Okay.
decision time from Team Quebec. It looks like they're going to hit.
That's a smart call. Drawing full 4-piece of the button in the last 10. Pressure shot. Never the easiest, but neither is a hit and stick on this really swingy ice.
Especially when a spot in the tiebreaker is on the line. Team Quebec looking for a nose hit to take one to tie this game up after 8. Skip Scott Hill with an outturn. Looks good on release. They are.
That would be
gonna
an
have to sweep this.
That would be an intern, Tyler.
Just clean, just clean.
Thought he was a lefty
Just
there
clean,
for a second.
just clean.
Is he?
Great stone there from Team Quebec to tie this game at 6. After 8 ends, we are going to extras. I'll have to phone my wife and tell her we're working overtime tonight.
This will be our third one, so that's what we've had to do the other ones. Good for one more Ogo Pogo or what?
So as tradition in extra end play, the players will take the rocks to the other end, so they're throwing towards the home end where all the fans are and the guest seating is. So this is just for the fans, so you can see a little bit better.
Yeah, I love this call.
Oh yeah, it's great.
What's your record if you don't mind me asking? 500?
Okay, so we do have some other finals we can update you on here as they move the rocks down. In men's action, Yukon defeated Newfoundland 5-3.
That's actually a really big game for Yukon too. The winner of that has some playoff hopes. So Yukon doing their job, and we'll see where that takes them.
Yeah,
after
also in men's action, BC loses to Ontario. That was a big game for BC. We'll have to see how the other games shake out here, whether that secures BC a game, a tiebreaker. Also in men's action, the game's still going on. Northwest Territories is tied up with Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia with hammer in the 8th end. Saskatchewan did defeat Alberta, and Northern Ontario defeated Nunavut 6-4. In ladies' action, Northwest Territories loses to PEI 6-5. Very good score there from PEI. In a game that is just ending. We'll wait for an update here on New Brunswick, Nova Scotia on the ladies' side. BC defeated Nunavut 10-1. Manitoba just down to last stones against Quebec. We'll update you on that one as it ends. And Alberta defeated the Yukon Territories way over on sheet 12 there.
So yeah, here in extra end action, lead Taylor Lamb for Quebec. Trying to put up a guard. Quebec's going to be in steal mode here, while PEI is looking to keep things clean and take their one for the win. This is a bit of a oops by Team Quebec here.
Yeah, so Quebec stone slips into the rings, which means PEI can hit the stone. We are playing the 4 rock free guard zone, so they will have an opportunity to throw another guard with their next one. Doug McGregor, Leeds don't get to throw many hits, but he would like to make this one here. This one needs to curl up for them.
I sent it a little wide on release. It needs to walk over a bit. And
he probably entered this end mentally preparing to throw a draw. So an interesting end shaping up here.
Yeah.
Quebec going to ask for another center guard.
Yeah, now this one's even more important than the first one now.
That was a win for Nova Scotia over New Brunswick in ladies action. Nova Scotia coming back with a score of 4-7 and a steal of 2-8 to win the game 9-6.
Yeah, I was looking over that game every now and then too, Tyler, and quite the action. Really close game up into that 7th end.
They're not wait like another 8 minutes.
So Dougie McGregor.
Doug gonna have an opportunity to hit again here.
Trying to redeem himself.
Remember, he made 2 great shots in the 8th end.
Yes, he did. Yep. That looks like a better release too.
Yep.
Needs to get by the top guard. This rock is really curling. If he does remove that top guard, it will go
I
back.
think they got it by.
Oh, they great sweeping to get it by and makes contact with the Quebec stone but does not remove it.
That's tough to do. So Quebec's got some rocks to work with here, and
Quebec will continue to throw center guards, trying to clog up that 4-foot scoring area. As we wrap up the round robin of the 2016 Travelers Curling Club Championships from the Kelowna Curling Club.
this over curling just a hair too, maybe setting up a double peel. If PEI so chooses, they're just looking to probably just get that center one out of there.
Yeah, that's the danger rock, is the guard closer to the center line.
I put a little more on that 6 rock
PEI second, Andrew McDougall, looking to peel that stone out.
Really good throw there from Andrew, and mission accomplished on that peel. So again, the cat and mouse game here in the extra end.
So at what point does Quebec try to go into the rings behind their corner guard?
Well, if we continue this play of guard, peel, I think Quebec wants to wait and probably till their skips first rock, Tyler.
I think we're all there.
Just for the fact where you want to limit the chance for PEI to make something happen. You want to limit their chances to only 2 shots. Got to make them great. Puts a lot of pressure on the skip, in this case, Dennis Watts.
So Quebec stone slips into the rings, not as damaging as the lead stones there. This rock can still be used.
Normal.
I think PEI actually called a hit and roll behind the corner, which would choke off that corner guard.
Is the nose hit any good here, Tyler?
I personally don't like it because the ice does curl so much. We have such fantastic ice here at the Kelowna Curling Club that you could use that as a guard.
It's looking like a nose to me.
Looks like a lot of nose there.
Well, and we're in it here. Quebec has a couple choices that they can make. They can throw up another center guard. Do you like that?
I do. I think there's still a lot of rocks left. They can guard that red stone.
Yeah, so that's, I think, what they're thinking about right now. They could also, like you had briefly mentioned, they could come around that since there's so much swing in this ice. But I like a high center guard here.
All there. Yeah, I think we'll be tight. Oh, it's slowing down.
So sweepers indicating this is a little bit heavy. Anywhere out in front of that red stone is good. This rock losing its handle.
Yeah, it might go the other way.
Still a usable stone.
Yeah, and end up turning the other way there. Again, just rotation, especially in this really late end of late game. The extra end here. You'll see the ice maybe break down a little bit, just with so many rocks thrown on this path, on this sheet of ice, and we're into our 2.5 hour mark here. Almost 3 hours actually with pre-game practice, so that's a lot of time for a sheet.
Yeah,
the pebble just starts getting worn down.
Yeah, at the beginning of this game, there would have been 96 curlers out there on the 12 sheets. Now there's about 20 left out there, so it'll get a little bit cooler out on the sheet. Ice could change a little bit. You got to make sure you have the rotation. PEI going after the shot stone. Very good hit, but does leave.
Yeah, did you like that call?
Well, I do like it. It did get rid of shot stone. It does open up the scoring area, but it does allow Quebec to maintain a center
What do you think about
guard.
hitting the red on the nose?
So Quebec calling a control weight hit on the guard just out in front of the house.
Yeah, Team Quebec going to have to be really careful with this, but
Likely, if they make this stone, PEI will try and remove it. They could have thrown another center guard on there, but having a tight guard is a good option. You can promote it, you can bump it, and it does leave.
yeah, mission
It
accomplished.
again puts the pressure on PEI. PEI will step up. It looks like they're going to try and peel that stone. It's a great shot if they could ever roll their shooter on.
Yeah. And again, if you're PEI, do you like nose here?
Well, I don't hate it, only because you can't draw between those two yellow guards, but conventionally in the book of curling, you would want to peel this stone.
Yes. As a team with hammer and tied up, you want that middle as clear as possible, even if it's your own.
But again, you can't really draw through those stones.
Yeah, you can still come around wide on either stone.
Yes. I think you may see that now. We're down to skip stones.
This extra end of action at the 2016 Travelers Curling Club Championships in Kelowna, BC. A game in which we see two teams, Prince Edward Island and Quebec, vying for playoff hopes.
Yeah, the winner of this game will play Team Alberta tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific in a tiebreaker.
Do you think they're thinking about that right now, Tyler?
I think it's pretty hard not to.
Yes. Each game means so much to everyone at a national event that you always want to give it your best and take home a W. But with that said, here at this event, everyone's having such a good time. So.
Yeah, so skip Scott Hill with a wide draw around these corner guards, trying to get shot stone as close to the button as he can.
Haven't been out on this path for a while.
The ice looks like it's carrying very well. Trying to get it by that corner guard. They will just rub. Weight was perfect on that stone. But he can take that information, use it for his next one. PEI electing to follow that stone. They're going to try and beat him into the 4-foot.
Yeah, now going onto the offense, so it's late in the game that probably peeling either of those top stones are not that beneficial. So again, trying to even if you can just get a feel for draw weight here, Tyler.
So I think the thing they need to watch out for here is the rocks will really curl when they come into the rings. It is possible that they could go around those two guards, the yellow and the red guard, and expose some of the stone in the middle of the house, leaving a hit for Quebec. Extra end.
Skip Dennis Watts. Needs to give this rock a chance.
Sweepers on it early.
Yeah, line's going to be tight here, Tyler. They're going to have to give this a really good scrub.
Rock is really curling. He's on the guard.
Interesting if he pushes this over. Interesting.
Again, the weight was very good. We now have a bit of a mess here. Lots of guards out in play. This is as much as Team Quebec could have asked for.
Yes, even if Quebec makes a good one, PEI will still have a center line raise that
I think as soon as we get
might
in
be
here,
their
it's
saving
done.
hope.
Yeah, again, we see another wide draw here against a sheet of ice that has been vacant for quite some time. You may see this rock run a little bit straighter than the other one.
Yes, and that's exactly it. Kind of unknown territory again where, I wouldn't want to be Scott Hill right now.
Tons.
Especially with seeing on the other side of the sheet his previous throw curling so much that he's got to expect that this has got to curl.
So Scott Hill needing to get a rock into the house here in the extra end. Last stone for Team Quebec.
Looks like a good throw. He got out to the broom there. It's all in the sweeper's hands now.
True outturn there.
Tons of room.
Sweepers aren't concerned yet about the weight, but this rock really needs to curl.
Blair and McClintock here.
Trying to push this rock in. It will curl up. It's going to slip just behind the tee line to the back four, but a good stone from Quebec there.
That's a great curling shot.
I think that stone went a little bit farther than they were expecting it to. It does leave the draw open, which means we will not have a 10th end of curling.
And still a really tremendous effort by Team Quebec there. Like we had said, an unknown piece of ice, and gave his team a chance to win this game.
So Dennis Watt taking a little bit less ice. That rock you can see well over buried, a great curling stone.
Yeah, do you think with that little bit less of ice, he's planning on throwing to the backing here? Or?
Well, I think they were well by the guard.
So here we go, folks. Last rock in the extra end of play. Dennis Watt, Team Prince Edward Island, needs to get full four to win this game.
The rock now in the hands of Andrew McDougall and Doug McGregor. Sweeping this stone. This stone really needs to curl.
Line looks really good. I think if weight's good, line will be good here. Scott Hill creeping out in front to take a look. This needs to curl.
Oh, it's going to be close.
This needs to curl.
And that
Scott
is
Hill. Oh my, oh my.
Dennis Watt with
Team
a great
Prince
draw.
Edward Island.
And PEI will move on. A tiebreaker game tomorrow morning versus Alberta. We may have more than one tiebreaker. There are too many sheets of ice out here for us to know the end results, but we will be posting that to social media. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Tyler Jagger, joined with me by Justin Nilsson.
Yeah, thanks to everyone tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. Too much premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.